get it, maybe put out some songs and nobody listened to them. Or maybe you made a song and gave it to a friend to listen to, or maybe just played it back for yourself a few days later and you were like, meh. Or maybe you've been making a lot of music. Maybe you've been making a lot of music and something's not happening. Something's not working. I want to talk about like a little bit about potential. Before people start in the comments saying you're such a downer, Debbie Downer kind of thing. Like there's a difference between potential and then actually being the person, the artist that can make a bunch of music, make a bunch of content, be confident, look good, look the part. Like there's so much to being a, I guess, quote unquote, successful artist. And this is coming from someone who is not right now. So I'm currently not. So I am feeling like I'm not good enough, even though I kind of have an idea, an inkling of what it takes. I have an inkling. And so this could be with any area of your life where you just feel like you're not good enough. And this is the controversial part, and this is where people kind of don't like to watch my content because I tell you you're actually not. You're not good enough. Like uh you're not it's not that you don't have the potential to be good enough. It's that the way that you've been living up till now does not serve you enough to become the artist that you want to be or the artist that you have the potential to be because you have been programmed to be that way. Society has beaten you down. You've just the life has been beaten out of you. Your dreams have been beaten out of you, and that's just the sad story of kind of how life works. So, if I want to be an artist that breaks out, who's already hit the 40-year-old mark, by the way, I want to break out. I have to do something that I haven't been doing. I have to do something different than I've been doing the whole rest of my life, even if I was putting out music on a regular basis. I don't think that's enough. Like I have a catalog of songs right here under the Jakey Wakey banner. For those of you that don't know, I'm Jakey Wakey. I make music under the Jakey Wakey banner. I also make music for libraries. I also operate this channel, Get Songs Done. And this is another thing too that has come up with me not being good enough. I'm not doing this right. I'm not helping the people that need help at the beginning. So we'll just get to that in a second. But I definitely need to do that also. So like beginner information for songwriters, like how to compress your vocals, what effects to put on your vocals going in, like stuff like that. Like, and then like basic like reverb tutorial, like really simple stuff that everybody needs to know, and like why people should use a DAW maybe instead of instead of their phone to record, even though it's possible. Like just basic information to help people get their songs done, but from the beginning. From the beginning. I think I need to make more videos like that. And it means that I need to be somebody that can create that much content because I'm also this type of video with me talking. This is new. And thankfully, I've learned how to do this from going live every day for basically a month and a half now, almost 2 months. And that's new. That's new. It's a new skill to have. Saying less ums, less you knows, less likes. Although I'm still saying quite a bit. But you catch yourself. And I'm thinking about so basically you've been programmed to not believe you're good enough. One, and then two, society has molded us to just compare ourselves to other people, like constantly be comparing ourselves to other people or whoever we're seeing on TV, whoever we're seeing on Instagram, whoever we're seeing on YouTube, whoever we're seeing in any of these places. We're constantly comparing ourselves to other people. And in order to improve ourselves, we kind of can't. We can only compare ourselves to ourselves. So there's an entire, so all these things I need to do on this channel basically need to 10x that output. Need to 10x my songwriting, need to 10x my tutorials, and then I have an entirely different channel talking about this kind of topic. And I wrote an entire book called Something Is Wrong with You. And if you follow me on the Jakey Wakey channel, you can get access to the book for it's completely free. And I just put 3 new chapters in there. So if you want, hop over to the Jakey Wakey channel. The link is in the description. And I'm having a little bit of streaming issues. So I just want to make sure my stream settings, it keeps changing my settings for some reason. Yeah, I need to be like, let me see if this will work. I don't know if I can do it while I'm live, but we'll see. Okay. All right. See if the stream drops out or not. I guess part of having a grungy look aesthetic is that it doesn't matter if my streaming quality is low. Yeah, if you're here, make sure you say hi in the chat. And 2, like, it's really easy to put music out and then be like, oh, well, nobody retweeted it, or nobody shared it, or nobody liked it, and then just be completely just gutted. You know what I mean? Like, and just stop. Like, I put out, I refreshed in my mind that I was going to do music again, I don't know, after I got married. And my wife didn't really know that I did music. Like, it wasn't even that big of a thing. I mean, she knew because I had a microphone and a guitar, but like, I didn't play that often around her and stuff. So it was kind of I made a big deal out of it when I wanted to start playing music again. And I was so rough and rusty. And finally got 1 song recorded, and I was like trying to record 3 songs, and like, it was just brutal. It was so brutal because I was so rusty and I hadn't been doing it. And I think that like made her think, oh, well, he can't do this. You know what I mean? In a way. And because I literally couldn't, like, I couldn't do it anymore. Like, I had just lost that spark. I lost it. And so, like, how do you reignite that spark? You know, there's a lot to it. And it's basically, you have to become the person that can do that. And there's a cheat sheet, a way to do it that I put in the book. I just wanted to show you this really quick. I know this is like a promo, but it's a free book, guys. It's not like it's costing you anything. Okay, this is the book. It's called Something Is Wrong with You. And these are the chapters. And I still have to kind of fix a little bit of this labeling, some are all caps, some are not. But I mean, do you want to be the kind of person that life lives you, or do you want to live life, you know? And so that's the difference. We've got a little bit about denial. We got about tips about being yourself. Authenticity has been a big topic these days. And, oh, my camera. But like, why is authenticity such a big topic? And the reason, is that going to show up? The reason is, because nobody's being authentic. Like, I cannot be authentic and be on YouTube. Like, it's almost impossible. Well, it's not impossible. I think the only way that you can be authentic on YouTube is if you have nothing to sell. You have nothing to offer. You don't have bills to pay. Then you can be 100% authentic. You live with your mom and or your dad or whoever. Then you can afford to be 100% authentic on YouTube. But the problem is the kind of person that relies on someone else is probably not the kind of person that can do all of these other things that you need to do to be a successful content creator or musician. So, this here, if you get this book, I think this will help you a lot. And I'm still working on this and doing, this is like real-time process for me. So I'm like still doing some of these processes and referring to them so that I'm capable of putting out the content. So if you want to get the book, I think I need to put like a QR code here so that I can get it to you. But just go over to the Jakey Wakey channel and get the book. And I think it can help you if you're stuck. Like, if you're stuck and you're not making music like you know that you have the potential to, or if you're not putting out enough content around your music, I think some of this stuff can help you get out of that stuckness. So, full screen. Anybody here? Say hi in the chat. So when it comes to music, I wanted to talk about feeling like you aren't good enough, and then also realizing you don't have what it takes. So like this is another hot button topic, and it sounds horrible, like to say you don't have what it takes. But what I really mean is society has programmed you to not have what it takes, not that you yourself don't have what it takes. I mean, I fully believe you have the potential. If you feel like there's music inside of you that you want to get out, then you have the potential. But the current version of you that has been programmed does not have what it takes. So you have to decide, okay, what kind of person would I have to be in order to have what it takes? And it starts with like really small stuff, like making your bed, like cleaning your room sometimes, like really small stuff. And then it's like, okay, well, how do I like 100 times this, 100x this, 10x this thing? Yeah. I am glad you're here, Tigro. Maybe watch from the beginning and catch up. This is just kind of going over the Something Is Wrong With You book in terms of being a musician. It's sort of the same thesis, but we're talking about like not having what it takes, feeling like you aren't good enough. Like, how can we get from not being good enough to being good enough? And again, we talked about this before, having an avatar, creating an avatar of an ideal version of yourself that can do all these things. And it starts so small. It starts like I said, picking up your room, exercising, because the kind of person that can output this amount of content or this amount of music or this amount of effort has to be stronger. You have to eat better. You have to just like basic stuff. You have to be able to focus. You have to know when the best time of the day is that you can focus. For me, I focus better in the morning, and then I have a second kind of win around 6 p.m. where like I can focus for a couple of hours. Just based on when I'm eating. So like I'll have the wind in the morning and I can just keep going until about 1, and then I need to eat, and I eat and I can't focus anymore. I just have this like brain fog that happens when you eat food that's not like 100% good. And like pretty much all food now is, not clean. It's pretty tough unless you cook yourself or have somebody cook for you. Eating clean food is very difficult. So welcome new people. If you're here, we're talking about not being good enough or not feeling like you're good enough. But chances are, I'm probably going to run you off, but you're not good enough right now. But I am not good enough also. So just to be fair. So if you want, leave a comment, say hi. And then the way to feel like you're good enough is to realize your potential. You have not been acting on it. Create something that the person with that potential would make. So if you want to make songs and music, make some. Put it out. Put it on SoundCloud. Put it somewhere. Put it on Spotify. Make the thing that you want to make. Make the songs that you want to make. And when you have a catalog, look, guys, look. These are not the best songs. I know that. I realize that. But like, there's a catalog. I have a catalog here. I made all these songs just in the last few months. It's a catalog. And now I feel like I have a little more authority in this space now. I can say, hey, these are some songs I did If you want to get your songs done, like I did, then go ahead and do that. You know. Now, also, if you want to listen to this for some reason, of course, there we go. QR code. But there's no download involved. You just click this and you can listen. Or you can go to Spotify, look up Jakey, Wakey. But that's beside the point. Beside the point. So I'm in the process of doing this for myself. Like, even though I've made that music, right? So I've made the music. Now I feel like, okay, well, this channel is to help you make music. So I haven't been putting out enough videos for you guys. So I need to like 10x my output on videos that will actually help you make progress getting your songs done. I have to actually help you do that. And I want to start from the beginning. I don't want you to get lost watching 2-hour videos on compression on another channel. I'm gonna help you. I'm gonna help you learn how to do compression like this. I'm gonna help you learn how to EQ like this. You're gonna learn the basics of stuff that you need to know in recording so that you can just get your song done. Because the extra 10-20% that an expert can help you get is not gonna get you started. It's not gonna get you going, you know. So I think too, like, there's this part of our brain that just wants to like put out a song and then hope a record label discovers us and just gives us a bunch of money. But a record deal is just a loan, and anytime you get offered a record deal, you have to pay yourself back with less money than you start. Like, they give you a deal. Here's $1,000 up front or $10,000 up front. Okay, now we own 80% of your music, and you have to pay us back that 10,000 with only the 20% or 10% or whatever left, and it's sick. So you're being taken advantage of in a really bad way. So I think relying on a record label, not a good idea. You know, relying on a now sometimes record labels, something I've discovered too with this new like DistroKid, people really having trouble with their music being out and then getting flagged or taken down or removed, I think, actually, or not getting paid for their streams, is when like they actually do the work. They start to promote it like with an ad or something, and then their song gets flagged, and that's not good. So that is another reason, I think, too, to do something like this and promote your own music in your own streaming service, if you will. And I know it's kind of a different model, but if you go here, you can see what it looks like. And I think this kind of combining this with maybe a Patreon or something like that, and creating some really cool, entertaining, engaging content for your songs, just in the form of reels, or maybe in a form of a video like this where you're just talking about the creation of the song and like the story behind it. I think that would lend credibility to you as an artist, and then also give you content to share later on all of these other platforms. So in short, I don't know how long I can talk. I was really hoping that I could go a little bit longer. Does anybody have any questions? Am I making any sense? Am I just ranting? Because stuff happens, man. Real life stuff happens. I realize that gets in the way. In fact, I just put a chapter about that in the book. Yes, time is your greatest adversary in life. It's literally the acronym for his name, Ty Grail. But if you don't have time, how can you do it? And I've been thinking about this a lot. Like, I've been spinning my wheels quite a bit doing these live streams. And I've been thinking, okay, how can I just optimize my time so that I can create content because on the other channel, I was trying to be like a vlogger, I guess, or like at least do a vlog style content. I'm like, that's not the point of the content. I could do it so much faster if I just sat here and did the talk right here instead of trying to do a vlog at the same time. Like I'm just not quite there yet for doing the vlogs. Like it's hard to do here because it's so hot. Now we're going into rainy season, so it's hot and rainy. So I'm thinking I'm gonna do this kind of video, edit it a little bit, not a lot, and uh and uh and you know, see if I can help people get their content journey started in an optimized way. Because yeah, yeah, and then help build out the back end too, the business back end. So you have to be a person that's capable of doing a lot. Use every piece as part of the whole. Exactly. Yeah. So it's about creating your offer. What are you going to sell to people? If you're a musician, it's usually songs. And then you have that other option to make like custom songs. I think that would be a cool gig. I really wish I was still doing that for Songbench. I would be sitting a lot more pretty right. Yeah. And I've always been bad with time management. I've always been bad about it. I've always like used the time to think thoughts that were terrible or like give myself excuses for why I can't do stuff. And I think that's really the power of the avatar, creating this avatar. So it's like, what would that person do in this situation? And it's like, what would that person do right now? That person would get to the point a little bit faster, a little bit faster. I think you should do that. Like, maybe, for an artist, it's probably more simple. It's like you can create your artist name. You kind of already have the idea to like make a character out of your artist, but then not just create a name for your artist name or the way that you're going to release music, but then also create character traits underneath it, like a D&D worksheet or something, and create those things that you want, that that you need to be able to do to be a successful artist. Like just put those in, like wake up at a certain time or whatever it is, or make music from this time to this time on this day, you know, make make some content around your music on this day. Like simple stuff, just real simple stuff. And if you're wanting to, I know Tiger wants to do soundtrack stuff. Like schedule a day to do your soundtrack. I do soundtracks to trailers on this day. I look for trailers to redo soundtracks to on this day, or clips from movies to do soundtracks on this day. Set a system in place. I operate better when I have a system, and create one that works for you. Like it doesn't have to be my system, you know. So this is the problem. Something is wrong with you right now, currently. And then coming to terms with that and then creating the version of yourself that there is no problem, that can handle all this stuff, can handle adversity. How does the person that you want to be handle real life stuff popping up? That's been the one that's been tricky to implement. It's like I have to respond differently to my wife. I have to respond differently to issues, financial issues. I have to respond differently to these kinds of things. To potential business partners reaching out. Yeah. So schedule it, Tigro. Your ideal person would probably be like, okay, Mondays are the day that I score, you know. Sundays are the day that I look up what to score to, you know. Wednesdays are the day that I add more instruments. Thursdays are the day that I mix. You know? That's kind of why the 7-step songwriting checklist is 7 steps. 7 steps, so you can do one each day. You want to grab this, it's in the description, free. The 7-step songwriting checklist. I'm going to be actually recording another video today for the channel. It's going to be, I think I'm going to do like just real basic compression video. I think for some reason people are curious about compression, maybe as it relates to vocals. I think I'm going to start incorporating a lot of plugin alliance plugins in my tutorials. They have like the best, in my opinion, deal as far as the subscription is concerned. And then you also get free plugins every year based on the subscription tier that you're on. So you don't have to, you know, if you wanted to cancel, you could just pick the best plugins that you have. And speaking of which, they just came out with this one. Let me see if I can. This one here. This just came out. Better Maker BM60. So they got a good reverb finally. I'm looking forward to using this on a new project. So I think I'll be covering that. So we're going to get some basic videos on the recording process and how that applies to actually getting your song done and not getting lost in the sauce. So if you want more of that kind of stuff, make sure you hit the subscribe button and subscribe. And also, if for some reason this video helped you or you have any want more people to see this video, give it one of those. And also there should be another video up top here. And we do have a Discord for building out the back end of your music business that can be like, and we're still kind of working out the kinks and all that kind of stuff. But that Discord link will be in the first pinned comment of this video. And